Good evening, everybody. Bob Knoll here in the Advancement Office. Welcome to Golden Eagle Primetime Live, presented by Circle of Celebration. It's our 30th gala, our second virtual. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I did ask Deacon John Robinson to come over and do a prayer for us quickly. Deacon John, if you wouldn't mind doing a quick prayer.
Yeah. Thank you, Bob. Let us pray. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Loving Father, you provide for our need, and we give you thanks. As good stewards, we give thanks for the blessings with which you give, and we commit ourselves to supporting the common mission of forming disciples of your Son, Jesus, and to academic excellence. We ask for your continued blessing on the families, administrators, faculty, staff, and volunteers who work tirelessly to lead, teach, support, and nurture our students. And we ask for your blessing on our efforts this evening, that they may bear good fruit and give you glory. And we ask this in the name of your Son, our Lord, Jesus. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Deacon. We're going to have a great night. We have bidding open until 9 on the live and silent auction items, chance boards, as well as fun and cause. We'll be right back. Thanks, everybody.
Good evening and welcome to Golden Eagles Primetime, the Circle of Celebration. Here we are, live again.
We're back.
Hey. Amy, this is all too familiar. We were doing this last year, a virtual event, but we've added a new person to the set. And want to welcome Chris Barber.
Thank you so much. Excited to be here.
Right on. Well, again, we're happy to be joining you tonight in your homes, and you're probably not as dressed up as we are. Hopefully you're in something comfy, but I think we look good.
Yeah, we look great.
You guys got going on with the Grahams, so Grahams dressed us tonight. So
they did. We want to thank Ben and Katie for making us look amazing. We wish you could be here to see how amazing it is. We actually look.
It's these guys. It's something. I think so. That's your birthday suit, Andy.
Yes. As you mentioned,
Happy
this is my birthday
birthday.
suit.
Happy birthday, Andy.
I'm here tonight celebrating my birthday and happy to be able to do this and help out Holy Family, but also do this with you. And I want to point out, we're gonna make mention of this. You've probably seen some of the Facebook promos that we've provided over the last couple weeks, but we're not wearing masks right now. Amy, however, is wearing a mask.
I'm gonna take it off. It's just so cute and matches my dress that I had to wear it, but we're all vaccinated, so we don't really have to for the three of us.
And obviously with the pandemic, that's one of the things you might notice. We won't be wearing masks because we're all fully vaccinated, as you said, but when we have guests on with us this evening, you'll notice that we will put those masks on. It is a closed space here, so for precaution, we just want to be safe, and we're going to put those masks on. So we're ready for a good evening.
Yeah, we are, and it's going to be, again, a little different format tonight. We'll have the opportunity, it'll kind of be newsy. We're going to feature a lot of stories from all of our various school sites throughout Holy Family, and hope that you can certainly learn a little bit, but certainly a night to celebrate all of the many things and accomplishments that the system has accomplished this year, and certainly as we look forward to the future as well. Lots of exciting things to share with you tonight, so let's get it started.
All right, well, we'll throw things out to Lily Eisbach at St. Comkill to hear about dinosaurs making their return.
I am here at St. Comkill's, where Miss Collins' class brought dinosaurs back to life. Looking for a fun way to engage students in learning? Miss Collins' class gave each student an Easter egg with a tiny dinosaur inside, essentially receiving their own classroom pet. The students were tasked with taking care of their dinosaur. As a class, they discussed when the dinosaur would sleep, what it would eat, and what the dinosaur liked to do.
It has a long neck, but it can swim. When it finds food, it eats it, but then it goes back in the water. It has tail spikes and some plates on its back, and it also helps them keep warm.
Lessons and activities were planned so the kindergartners could engage with their dinosaurs during centers, from practicing their reading, and of course, at snack time.
With dinosaurs, there's big words, there's big dinosaur names, so putting an image to words and vocabulary, my students absolutely love dinosaurs. One of my students actually brought in like 8 books for the class to read, so they got to be the teacher as well with me.
Some dinosaurs eat meat, some dinosaurs eat plants. I knew that for a long time, I just forgot it. First, we gotta dig the fossils, and I don't know what we're gonna do next.
With some dinosaur lovers in this classroom, the lesson was a hit. Reporting from St. Columkills for Golden Eagles Primetime, I'm 5th grader Lily Eisbach. Now back to you.
Well, thank you, Lily, for that dynamite storytelling. And I tell you, a little later, Andy, I know we're going to talk a lot about STEM, and we're going to learn a little bit more about a lot of the interactive learning that our kids are doing in the school. So that's pretty cool stuff.
Very exciting, and nice to see that they've transformed St. Columkill into Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
So,
it was very neat.
well, we're going to keep it going, and actually the next thing we want to share with you is about an event that's happening right now as we speak over at Nativity. There are 30 students that are experiencing Kairos, which is a student retreat, essentially. It's led by seniors. These are people that would have attended the retreat previously, but we've got 30 students over there attending this weekend. There was a retreat similarly last weekend, and there was about the same amount of students. But one of the important things to know, and I don't understand how this is possible having a high schooler of my own, that they're actually at the retreat and are cut off from cell phones and all other technology. So I'm praying for them as they're likely praying at this retreat.
Yeah, well, no cameras or phones are allowed inside during the event, but while we can't get an official news report from inside, we did get to talk to campus minister Katie Jones and senior leader Maya Wachter earlier. Let's take a look.
Kairos first was started in the spring of 2012. They listened to witness talks, the testimonies of their leaders. They experience the sacraments. They have small group discussion, prayer, that type of typical thing. There are a few surprises on the retreat as well. We just grow in our faith better when we create a space for God rather than, trying to squeeze him in between this and between that in our daily lives, our very busy daily lives. When we're able to create, take 4 days away from all distractions, we ask them to set aside their phones, their homework, their activities, social media, everything. And when this is their primary focus, they're just able to grow so much more.
Distraction-free, focusing on God. And it's just awesome to have 4 days to fully develop our relationship with him and develop real connections with our friends apart from through Snapchat or texting and social media, just that real, authentic relationship you can connect with like your peers and through God. Once you're on there, you kind of forget you even have a phone, and it's just awesome to have that stress-free time, especially in a stressful junior year when you're deciding colleges or have homework and AP tests. It's just nice to have that little break mentally and spiritually. I'm really excited to lead, and it's a little nerve-wracking, just having such a wonderful experience and trying to reciprocate the feeling that I had after the retreat to the future juniors. But that's like what's awesome about Kairos is that nobody has the same experience. And so I'm just hopeful that God will give those juniors what they need, and whether that be, creating some bonds with their classmates that they don't normally talk to, or just deepening their relationship with God.
Well, thank you very much, Maya. And I can tell you, Chris, as a student, when I was a student here at Wahlert, had the opportunity to do a Teens Encounter Christ weekend. And truly, the students here at Wahlert are so fortunate to have experiences like Kairos, where, certainly we have the drama, the music and that sort of stuff. We have all the extracurriculars as it relates to athletics. But to have a kind of a faith-forming experience and really an opportunity for students to grow spiritually is a neat thing. And I can tell you, as somebody who does retreats even in my adult life, to be able to see groups of people gathering safely in places, it gives me that excitement that we're returning to some sense of normal. So really neat to hear about the Kairos retreat.
Yeah, well, Kairos is important. Another thing that's been going on in some of the schools that we want to take a look at now is the Stations of the Cross. Now, the third graders at St. Columkill prepared a living Stations of the Cross for the entire school to see on Holy Thursday. Students volunteered for their top choice parts before being selected for the role by their teachers. 2 casts delivered multiple performances so that all third grade students had a role.
Some narrated the stations while others acted them out. All students, including pre-K at St. Columkill, attended one of the performances held at the church on Holy Thursday. Families had the option to tune in to the virtual live stream. And Chris, I think it's important, as you and I both know, the enhancements and advancements that Holy Family has really made since last March, right?
Sure.
When the world kind of got turned, on its side. But being able to have, things like we're seeing here, that knowing that parents and grandparents were able to experience this and to be a part of it, it's not just the online, kind of Zoom classrooms that, certainly you and I became familiar with, like I said, last March, April, and May, but that we're able to have these technological advancements to provide students the opportunity to continue to do things like band and choir and those sorts of things.
And the patience that everyone had to have during this last year, it was a learning curve for the students as well as for the teachers and the parents. So quite a year it was. So we have a much more to get to, and we're going to ask that you stay right where you're at. We have a lot more to get to. We'll come right back.
Thank you to Platinum Partners, Dupaco Community Credit Union, and Kunkel & Associates. Check out these 2 prime live auction items. Enjoy a cooking class with Brazen Executive Chef and Top Chef contestant Kevin Sharp. Or refresh your wardrobe with 5 new custom shirts from Graham's Style Store. The car or cash raffle winner will be drawn at the conclusion of tonight's broadcast. Have you bought your ticket yet? Tickets must be purchased by 6:30 p.m. to be entered. Bid now on these prime live auction items. Attend the Notre Dame versus Purdue football game with 3 friends courtesy of Mark and Julie Herman. Or enjoy a front row view and prime parking for your 2021 Wahlert Catholic Graduates Big Day.
And we're back. Happy to welcome at this time Mazza Kelly teacher Jolene Belkin and also the Holy Family Curriculum Director Lisa Raffle to discuss some exciting things that are happening with the mentoring program and kind of that course transition as students go from Mazza Kelly into Wahlert, as my freshman daughter did, not too long ago. So thanks so much for being here.
Lisa and Jolene, thank you for joining us. We thought maybe first, Lisa, we would start with you telling us how mentoring got started at Holy Family.
Sure. Mentoring, of course, happens incidentally with our coaches and teachers naturally, but our mentoring program really started when we brought our personalized learning program to Holy Family, and it's one of the major parts of the program that enables each and every student in our school to be paired with a certified staff member, and there's a definite program where we help our students learn habits of success to learn and while they're at school to become successful students and also thrive beyond school and life.
And Jolene, you actually serve as a mentor, so we'd love to be able to hear from you kind of, what you've seen in terms of the benefits of that and really how students' learning has maybe been impacted by this new offering.
Sure, yeah. This is my 3rd year with my group of mentors, and it's been a wonderful experience. I think the mentoring program has been a blessing since we started that, and I've just seen them grow so much. When you see them coming in as a 6th grader, and then you see them grow a little bit each year to become an 8th grader, it's just amazing the growth they have made in developing academically, personality-wise, or even the habits of success. I have an example of a letter here from one of my mentees just to kind of highlight some of the insights of how they see mentoring. An example of sense of belonging. I think mentoring does a great job with giving students a sense of belonging. Mm-hmm. An example that the student wrote here says, the mentoring program is amazing, especially when your mentor, I wasn't sure, is someone like you, but I really was kind of unsure about this mentoring program at first. I was afraid of opening up to you and sharing my insights with you, but after all of these years, it's been a great experience. So that's an insight, just sense of belonging. They have someone to come to and share their information from. But even resilience, like she said, I can still remember when I would hide my platform from others. From there, I was put into the help room, and with your help, I was out within a matter of weeks. And I turned my school life around because I knew I wanted to make you and my parents proud. So examples like that just show how it has really benefited the students, also besides the teachers seeing them grow. So I am going to be sad when I have to pass them on to the high school.
Well, and so can we maybe talk a little bit about that? And so the students right now, you're doing it at Mazza Kelly, obviously, with them, and as they make the transition from Mazza Kelly onto Wahlert, and again, as I said, with Grace, my daughter, having done that, she loved the mentoring program because it was more than just you're my teacher. You're my confidant, you're my person, right? And yes. I think that's really one of the neat things that happens. But as they get older, they're losing maybe one person yes. And transitioning onto another person. So Lisa, can you talk a little bit about how that process works? And is there a kind of a passing of the torch or handing off of the baton or something like that?
Sure. So all of our students have a mentor now throughout the system. And prior to this program, when our freshmen would come to us, or 8th grade come to us to register, of course we had registration evenings, we had moments set aside where they'd come to us, and we would, help them. A volunteer teacher would help them create their four-year course plan. And it was definitely something we did with them, welcomed them to Wahlert and so forth. And now, because of the mentoring program, we've really shifted gears, and it's really kind of like you said, a handoff. The mentor from the middle school and the student, the mentee, and the parents, and along with their high school mentor, they get to meet them. They get to find out who they're going to be paired with. The student has their own sense of agency where they present themselves to the new mentor. They go through the resume that they prepared. They talk about what their interests are, their goals are, what they like and what they don't like, what their struggles are. And they also put together a plan, but it's bigger than courses. It's about their plan that they would like to accomplish while they're here at high school. So now that new mentor knows them already, and they haven't even finished 8th grade, and they're going to be with them for the next 4 years, and again, help them with sense of belonging and develop all of the other habits that we're working with.
And I know I've said this before, but you always think about being the first day, the new person, and for some people, they don't have the same social skills, and to arrive at a new building and not to know anyone, and then to realize, hey, I have that mentor that I'm friends with, and they can show me the way. So it really is a valuable program.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of value in it, even from a parent point of view on my end of it, but also from a teacher and a student point of view. I think it's a great thing.
And I think that the nice thing, and certainly that I've experienced too, is it's a lot harder for a student to hide. So
yes.
Having that one-on-one time, even if it's just a quick little meeting every week or whatever. It allows the teacher to kind of be one-on-one with that student to say, what's good, what's got you down, you seem a little off. And I think that is really a unique opportunity that we have here at Holy Family is, there are kids that are going to have some bumps along the road, and rather than kind of burying them in a hole, right, it's an opportunity to kind of grab them by the hand and tug them up before things get too off. So
yeah.
We really are fortunate.
I was just going to say too, I think that's a neat thing too of having it for multiple years with the same person too, because you really get to see that growth, and then they're like, oh, do we get to mentor this week? Like they're anxious too and wanting to share their excitements or struggles or whatever with you.
And getting a letter like that must be really rewarding as well.
Yeah, it really made my day, and I thought this is what it's about. And that's my passion, is to help students succeed, and it just made my day, yeah.
Well, Lisa and Jolene, thanks for joining us and telling us about mentoring, and thanks for your great work on that.
All right,
and
thank you.
As a way for us to say thank you to you both, we are going to send you with some parting gifts. We have a 6-pack of delicious cupcakes
beautiful.
And a 2021 Golden Eagles Primetime bottle of wine from our friends at Park Farm. So thank you.
Excellent.
And the frosted and filled cupcakes, which you may not. You both look very nice tonight, so you may want to wait until you get home to partake in those cupcakes. We don't want you to get all
or
messy,
at least wait until you get to your car.
Yes.
That's right.
Thank you both.
Thank you
yes,
for coming.
Thank you.
And thank you both also for all the work that you do here at Holy Family, and know that Chris and I and all the people watching tonight truly appreciate what you do. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're going to be right back after a quick message.
Thank you to Platinum Partners Stackstone Wealth and Steel Capital Management. Have you seen the outstanding lineup of silent auction items available this year? Place bids on a variety of packages, outdoor and wellness items, kids and family baskets, experiences, food and drink, and home decor. Create your account now and place your max bids to let the system do your bidding for you. Bidding for both silent and live auctions ends at 9 p.m.
And welcome back. We're going to throw things to Aiden McDermott for a story about cascarones that the 4th graders at Our Lady made and learned about. Take a look.
Here at Our Lady of Guadalupe, the 4th graders are making cascarones, or Mexican Easter eggs. Along with the fun of decorating and filling the eggs with confetti, students are learning about the religious symbolism and history behind the Mexican culture tradition.
It started in China, and then this guy named Marco Polo opened up trading things, and then he traded them to Mexico, and that's how this whole thing got started.
Each student painted 2 eggs. The first was more decorative, and the second more plain for cracking.
You can get picked to crack it on somebody else's head. You can fill it with confetti, and then all the confetti will spill on your head.
Cracking the egg represents a shower of God's blessings.
They thought it was pretty neat that it had symbolism to it. In the Mexican culture, anyone, the youngest of the youngest to the oldest, are participating in our Easter egg hunts, and they're breaking the cascarones.
Maybe one day, the tradition of cracking cascarones on Easter will make its way into American tradition. This is Aiden reporting for Golden Eagles Primetime.
All right, Aiden, and thank you for that excellent reporting.
Yeah, that was exciting.
Yes, very much so. Well, I'll tell you, it's pretty amazing to see some of the neat things the kids are, working with and doing. Cascarones is a pretty neat thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of leads us to the next thing we're going to talk about, which is STEM.
Yeah, in STEM, I think, a lot of us now are becoming a little bit more familiar with that acronym, but science, technology, engineering, and math. And that's something that the world has kind of really put a lot of emphasis on, and Holy Family has found a way to really embrace it and run with it. And Chris, the neat thing is it's not just for the older kids. I mean, we're finding ways at the pre-K level to introduce science, technology, engineering and math, looking at that hands-on approach, getting kids to be inquisitive and really want to learn and problem solve. And that's what we want to talk about and kind of show some of the folks here.
Well, for the past 5 years, Holy Family pre-K students have been exposed to science, technology, engineering, and math concepts through hands-on collaborative work. Using STEM-focused kits in the classroom, students work on solving problems without an adult telling them what to do, which helps them become more independent while making their own discoveries. Through this exploration, students become more confident, solve problems, and learn how to work as a team.
Students work on various challenges with the materials, including recording data, making something larger or smaller, solving a real-life problem, such as making a tent big enough for a desired amount of sleeping bags, or experimenting with ramps and pathways or lights and shadows. Students also learned lots of new vocabulary words.
Well, when students dig into STEM concepts in pre-K, they become more willing to explore and grow as elementary students because they've already experienced the process and are familiar with manipulating materials and specific needs or scenarios. Students in pre-K are curious, and that makes them perfect scientists. With the right materials, they can do anything.
Well, and I'll tell you, as we were watching that there, it certainly makes us think that we missed out on a lot of things when we were in school. This is, really exciting to see students be able to kind of use those creative skills and design things and do some of that problem solving. So truly, we are fortunate to have those kinds of offerings, again, at the pre-K level.
Yeah, and I think, all of us can realize at some point that some of us learn, from a book, and others learn with more a hands-on approach, and I think that's the valuable thing about STEM.
Chris, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I understand we're going to be preempted here. We have a presidential address that's taken over. So here we go.
Good evening, my fellow Golden Eagles, and welcome to a very special night. Tonight is a great opportunity to celebrate the many wonderful things happening here at Wahlert Catholic and in all of our other Holy Family Catholic schools. Wahlert Catholic has been a part of my family's history, a community that we are all proud to be part of. Over my 12 years at Holy Family Schools, I have learned many valuable lessons that I will carry with me in my future. I have learned how to treat everyone I meet fairly and with respect, and how to live each day by the golden rule. Treat everyone how you want to be treated. I have also learned the importance of friendship, family and faith, and how to respect and care for others. Wahlert has given me friends that I will cherish for a lifetime. These friends not only consist of my classmates, but also the wonderful faculty and staff here at school. This past year has taught me the true value of community. I would like to thank my teachers and supportive community for preparing me for any challenges I may face. I would also like to thank all of you, the very generous donors and supporters of Holy Family, for giving us such an incredible opportunity to learn here at school. All of you are lighting a better future for the next generation. Thank you, and God bless.
Well, our thanks to President Danny Steele for that important news.
Yeah, I was not sure. I mean, the Secret Service agents, maybe does Wahlert have a beach volleyball team that we don't know about?
I'm not sure, but he definitely looked beach ready, didn't he? The Secret Service did.
Certainly did. Well, before we we had the President Steele address there, we were talking about STEM, and we were talking about it from the context of some of those early learners, but the same kinds of things are happening here at the high school level. So can we learn about that?
We're going to toss things out to Eli Schubert for a story on some new classes happening at Wahlert. Take a look.
Here at Wahlert Catholic, 2 new STEM classes were added starting this year. I dropped in on both to learn more. Both an introductory and an advanced robotics course were offered at Wahlert for the first time this year. The advanced course is an independent study for students looking to gain more knowledge, skills, and experience in the area of robotics. A project-based learning model is used to personalize projects to student academic interests. Students are then able to apply to repeat the course to continually expand their knowledge.
In today's world, we're heavily reliant on computers and technology, so this is a way for our students to get hands-on experience doing that.
How to just put a robot together from scratch. We have to shoot some rings into a goal, so that requires that we need to create something like a projectile for it.
I learned how to build, I learned how to program, and I learned how to collaborate as a team, actually very similarly to how it would be in the real world as an engineer.
The other new course, AP Computer Science Principles, is a rigorous entry-level course that introduces students to the foundation of modern computing. A broad range of topics are covered: programming, algorithms, big data, digital privacy and security, and more. One project students have been working on is developing their own app.
It was a fishing app, so I was able to make an algorithm that shows however long you want to go fishing for, what type of bait you wanted to fish with, and you could get an outcome of like what type of fish you would catch. Being able to use technology, and obviously as we're getting more dependent on it, there's going to be more people that need to work in fields like that.
It's very important to get those steps before you go off to college, and then you kind of know what you're talking about when you start those classes. There's so much to learn, and I'm really excited.
As an AP endorsed course, students can also earn college credit by passing the AP exam and completing their performance task. These courses are just 2 examples of Holy Family's commitment to challenging our students and preparing them for the technology-driven world. Reporting from Wahlert Catholic for Golden Eagles Primetime, I'm senior Eli Schubert.
Well, our thanks to Eli for that special report, and that was fascinating, those robotics.
It certainly was. Again, I think we went to school at the wrong time.
Yeah.
For us, it was a lot more about number crunchers and number munchers and Oregon Trail, and now that these people are building robots as part of their classroom.
Well, it's some pretty amazing stuff, and we have more coming up. In fact, in just a little bit, we're going to talk about Fund a Cause. We have a report on that in just a moment, so stay with us.
Thank you to Gold Partners Cottingham and Butler, Green State Credit Union, Honcamp Kruger, and Lime Rock Springs Company. Bid now on these Prime Live auction items. Add this Navy raincoat, crossbody purse, necklace and bracelet from Romberg's to your summer style. Or relax and unwind each month with a 60-minute massage from Body and Soul. Up next, Amy Gilligan presents a special Fund a Cause report featuring the faculty and staff of Holy Family Catholic Schools. Check out these 2 Prime Live auction items. Enjoy an epic backyard surf and turf grill out with Hy-Vee. Or let Morocco Supper Club take care of the catering for an upcoming graduation party.
Well, welcome back, and we're happy also to welcome back our friend Amy here, who's going to be able to talk a little bit about Fund a Cause.
I got to say, I like that last reporter.
Eli, he was great.
That's my son Eli.
Oh,
so
okay.
he's my youngest. I've had 4 kids through the Holy Family system, and we are at the end of the line here.
Wow.
37 days till graduation, I just saw. So I'm in that mom mode of.
It'll be okay, Mom. It'll be okay.
After 20 years we've had kids in Holy Family, so this is really something.
Well,
so.
you yourself were a Holy Family
I am.
person.
Yep, and you as well.
We are, yes.
And you've got a high schooler now.
I do. I have 2 of my kids. So Grace is a freshman here at Wahlert, and then my son made the transition from elementary school to now being a 6th grader at Maz, which is, I think, a transition that you're going to be making soon too, right?
We're excited too. My wife Lisa and I both attended Holy Family Schools, and our son Jacob, who did the Holy Ghost, and he's at Res, and he's excited about heading off to Maz in the fall. So it's a great time.
So we all are proud Holy Family parents, and I understand we're going to hear from some more Holy Family parents.
That's right. So I think that one thing I'm sure we all share, both as a from the perspective of somebody who went through Holy Family, and then as a parent, is that we know our most valuable resource here at Holy Family is our teachers and faculty and staff. And that's what Fund a Cause is really about. So we're in our third year here of really focusing on that important piece of having our teachers, of doing something special for our teachers. So for me, you know, I could tell you 100 stories to illustrate, you know, the importance of Holy Family teachers, and I'm sure that you've all got your own stories. I'll share just one thing, my proud mom moment, and that ties back to the education that my kids have received here. My oldest daughter, Cassidy, graduated from Wellert in 2015, and she's recently been invited to get her PhD in economics at Harvard. And, you know, we couldn't be prouder. And one of the first things that she did was reached out to Tom Stearman, who was a longtime math teacher here. I'm sure many of you know him. And he was a teacher of mine, helped me limp through algebra. But he saw something in my daughter and in many of the students that he taught to really help them, you know, aim higher and really push them to the best of their abilities. And so she wrote him a note, you know, to tell him how much that meant to her. So those are the kinds of quality people we have here. And I'm sure you know, you could tell many stories as well. So for Fund a Cause, 3 years ago we started this, and the goal was really to get our teachers on a level playing field with their colleagues in the public school system, because we all know that you know, they aren't right now. And, you know, our teachers make sacrifices to do what they do. It isn't just, I mean, the calling to be a teacher is really something special in anyone, but to be a teacher here in a Catholic school system, you know that those sacrifices are even more so. So the first year started with you know, a change in the structure of the pay scale to try to get that, level that playing field. Last year when Andy and I were here virtually, we really made a big effort with Fund a Cause, and we shored up the insurance piece to try to add, you know, a new piece for them to I'm losing the word.
Take care of the premiums and kind of
meet
some of the needs as a family.
Exactly, yeah, a subsidy for whether they're family or individual insurance, and this year we really want to press forward on both of those fronts, as well as to add in $1,000 increase for our starting teachers. So that's our goal tonight, and we have some more parents that'll tell you a little bit more about it.
This year's Fund a Cause is for financial support of our teachers. While parents are the primary people responsible for educating their kids, the day-to-day in the trenches, that's the teachers.
They're the glue that holds Holy Family together. I mean, they are spending 9 hours a day with our kids, and they are teaching them the foundations of our future.
The faith element is really important to me. They start their day with prayer, they pray before meals, there's crucifixes in every room. They're surrounded by the sorts of people I want them to be surrounded by.
These teachers put themselves out there, they care, lifting people and treating people with dignity and respect. The heart and the smart with which they operate, I just am truly amazed.
We know that it is so important to find talent as well as keep talent at Holy Family. I think that in order to support our mission, it's just imperative that we support our faculty and staff.
They choose to teach in our system, but they need to get paid for what they do. This is one way we can help with that. Pre-pandemic, our teachers worked very hard. They're always trying to make the program better. When the pandemic hit a year ago now, sort of, you know, on a dime, we turned and became an accredited deliverer of virtual education.
The original sentiment was this is very temporary. And then as it kept going, it was tense times.
I was nervous. I felt school was very important, obviously, and we definitely needed to continue that the best we can. The teachers are the type of people that are able to learn and change on a dime and be innovative.
When things blew up, we got a call from a teacher talking to us and saying, hey, this is what we're going to do, this is how it's going to go. And their proactive outreach is like, wow.
The teachers were amazing. They made sure my kids at home were engaged. They were constantly checking on them.
When we were able to get on Zoom to see their faces, and you could just see Mrs. Burke's face light up when she was able to see all of her kids. It was really great.
Everyone agreed that the number one thing we needed to do was to have kids in classrooms. Our parents wanted it, the students wanted and need it. So we set up protocols and safety measures.
Holy Family did so much work behind the scenes to have our kids be able to go to school. I mean, you look what was happening around the country. That wasn't happening. Other school districts weren't able to pull it together like we were.
My sister is a teacher in Houston, Texas. She said these kids that were at home didn't thrive the way the kids that were in school. That's not an easy problem to solve. I have been so grateful as a working parent to have my kids at school all day, every day. We've all stayed healthy, and the kids are just so much happier.
The flexibility, the creativity, the dedication of the team to come forward with the plans as quickly as they did and to pull it off and doing it safely. I'm proud of the Holy Family Administration. I'm proud of the teachers. I'm proud of the staff.
That flexibility that the teachers are showing, learning the technology, but also giving students the options to be in class, but also to stay online. We know families where people are sick at home and they cannot afford to bring home COVID.
We have benefited from that when all three of our kids have had colds or various illnesses. We've been able to seamlessly pivot from in-person to virtual learning, honestly, without missing a beat.
The teachers made it feel like it wasn't a lot of effort, when I think we all realize it was. As we're all learning, they have learned a whole new way to teach, to reach out, to educate. The resolution of issues as they arise, they've been amazing in just adapting. And that's the kind of staff Holy Family has.
They've just been impressively willing to work with the kids, to work with the parents. Most of us aren't tech people. I've watched all of us try to learn how to adapt to a Zoom meeting, and most adults have struggled. So then to do it with the first, second, third grader, I don't know how they did it. These teachers are like the person that provides the stability and perspective that we all needed during this time.
Given the excellent job pre-pandemic and the heroic job post-pandemic, now it's time for us who've benefited from that, parents, grandparents, supporters, to help us help our teachers in delivering that day-to-day education to our kids.
The Fund a Cause, the fact that it's going to teacher salary, I think universally everyone agrees that we can back them more for their amazing work that they do with the most precious entity that we all have is our children.
The teachers at Holy Family, I can't even begin to tell you how appreciative Tricia and I are. They need to be taken care of, because if we're going to expect the best of our students, we need to provide the best for the educators that are providing them the outstanding leadership and guidance.
When I see the way that the teachers engage with my children, it truly feels like family.
Well, yes, as the video concluded there, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I think if the pandemic has taught us anything as parents, it's that teachers are pretty special people, because we all got to experience a little bit of that teacher life, again, last spring and through parts probably of this school year as well. But as you heard from so many, and probably Joe Hearn probably got some teary-eyed people out there, you can see the passion, and it is real. I mean, we all share that same passion, right? We are so blessed to have our kids be part of this community, and the people who are really going out of their way to do the things that we can't, right? I mean, it's incredible, and this is the opportunity to thank those people, and I can see behind us here, the numbers moving. This is exciting. It's happening.
Yep. This is the time for people to make those donations and keep those great staff, with Holy Family. it's so important, and I know that I think I had talked to you guys about this off the air before, but every fall comes and you take your kid back to school, and then unfortunately every once in a while there's that teacher who is not there anymore, and it's heartbreaking, and you hate to think that the reason is because they weren't getting the proper compensation. So I mean, this is really like an important time, and this is why we're asking people to make that donation and help out. And you can do that right now, as Andy mentioned, that thermometer's moving, and we'd love for you to do that. So a couple of ways that you can do that, of course. You can give smart, where you're bidding on auction items. There's a donate button, so you can just select an amount, and you can do it that way. And also, you can pledge on the screen. I think we're going to have a phone number. Otherwise, of course, the website, too, just holyfamilydbq.org/circle. But we would love to just see that number continue to grow for our great faculty and staff.
Yeah, you mentioned the pandemic, and think about the pivot that the teachers had to do between online and in person, and sometimes some of each, and it was amazing, what they were able to do, and what how they rallied around that, and the students, and just great to see this continued effort here. We really need to make this happen tonight.
We do, and this is again exciting to see this jump. We will have the opportunity throughout the rest of the broadcast here to kind of update all of you on this number. And so as we continue to do that, we encourage you to do the fund a cause, to bid, and then also to check those auction items. We'll get an update on that as well. But Amy, thank you for being here for that.
Yeah, thank you.
And for
my pleasure.
Kind of getting people fired up about the people who really make this happen. So
yeah, it's also important, and we have so much more to get to, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Bid now on these Prime Live auction items. Round up your buddies for a golf getaway, including a steak dinner and overnight stay at one of Elite Casino's golf resorts. Or enjoy 5 hours of pampering at Hotel Julian's Potosi Spa, along with lunch at Caroline. Thank you to Gold Partners Midwest One, Ports and Construction, and Tyson. Check out these 2 Prime Live auction items. Show your Cub spirit with this custom-framed hand painting of the Wrigley Field entrance by 2003 Wahlert graduate Matthew Geezy. Or let the little ones cruise around this summer in this red electric Kids Jaguar from Susan Wahlert.
sorry, Chris, I was just checking to see where I was on some of the
How's
auction
your bid
items.
going? Are you
some
winning?
of the auction items that I'm working on. I don't want to tell anybody what I'm bidding on, but excited to see where I'm at this point. And again, want to remind people that there will be the opportunity to bid on both the silent auction as well as the live auction items for a while yet tonight. So if you really want something, continue to bid, and you know the website will actually allow you to set a max bid, so you don't need to be looking at your phone the whole time. And that's
so just set it real high.
Yeah, and then
make
you're
sure
good.
you get what you want.
And then you're good. But again, that's holyfamilydbq.org/circle.
Yep, do it right now.
That's where you can do it.
All right. Well, we want to welcome everyone back, and of course, we have a story about our littlest golden eagles at two of our early childhood centers. So let's see what Anita has to tell us about.
The youngest Golden Eagles at Holy Ghost and St. Joe the Worker Early Childhood Centers are learning about their faith and how to put that into action. An integral part of our Catholic faith is helping and supporting those around us. Throughout the past year at Holy Ghost, the 3- and 4-year-old students have been writing letters and sending pictures that they have made to homebound parishioners of the Holy Spirit Parish.
The kids love it and get so excited, and so do we as teachers, because we know we're making a difference and we're keeping them connected to their parish.
Kind of developed like a pen pal. They actually have been responding back to us. They are so excited. They love it. They're jumping up and down like, can you read this? Can we read this? It's such a blessing.
Meanwhile, at St. Joe's, students along with their families have been creating birthday cards that are then delivered to local nursing homes to be given to their residents on their birthday. During Catholic Schools Week, they also collected personal hygiene items to deliver to local shelters.
It's important to teach young children how to love and care for others. It's that whole what I ever needed to know I learned in kindergarten. We need to teach children how to be kind and compassionate as young ones. That way they carry it with them throughout their whole lives.
They may be little, but they are making a big difference by bringing smiles and joy into the lives of those in our community. Reporting from Holy Ghost and St. Joe's Early Childhood, from Golden Eagles Primetime, I'm Anita Valentine. Now back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Anita, for that report. It looks like the kids are having a lot of fun.
I was going to say, I feel like they've stolen the show here from us. We thought we were a big deal, and certainly those kids are having a good time. And you know, Chris, I think that's the exciting part too for Holy Family is that the offering that exists, right? It's we've got 3-year-olds that are in the program, and as Amy mentioned earlier, 37 days, you know, from now we'll have those seniors, those 18-year-olds walking across the stage. And so really, you know, so many of the families spend 15 years or more as a Holy Family student, and that's an exciting thing that we really are able to offer, both with the early childhood sites all the way up through, you know, Calm Kills and Res and OLG and Maz and Waller. It's really a whole program.
Well, we have another really cool project for folks to take a look at, 6th graders Shark Tank project, and this is reporter Carter Brandt.
Here at Mazzucchelli, the 6th graders did a Shark Tank style business pitch. Students were tasked to create a project that would help people in living environments of extreme heat or freezing temperatures. In groups, students collaborated to design a device that would make living in one of these regions more comfortable. They created a prototype, tested it to collect data, then worked to improve results. For a final product, the students presented their idea to the Shark Tank panel in hopes that one shark would invest in their device and support its development. Students described which climate they were working in, how their product would help people, and the investment they would need. Reporting from Mazzucchelli Catholic Middle School, I am Carter Brandt.
Thank you for that great report, Carter, and some really smart kids.
It's certainly the case. Well, we have kind of an exciting thing, Chris, that's happening now, and for those familiar, Holy Family does kind of a Hall of Honor every year, and that event, much like this event, is generally done in person and with lots of people. However, given the circumstances, was not able to be held in person, and we wanted to take the opportunity tonight to recognize those very, very deserving people, and so we're going to go ahead and do that at this time.
Yeah, well, we want to announce and recognize our 3 Hall of Honor award winners. Holy Family Catholic School Hall of Honor recognizes alumni and friends who have made outstanding contributions in their personal and professional lives. These individuals are an inspiration to current students and our community. So the winner of the Outstanding Service Award is Gina Moran. Now, Gina has served on numerous committees and boards for Holy Family, as well as her parish. She provided steadfast leadership while serving as president of Holy Family's Board of Education for 4 years, and now as part of the Medical Advisory Task Force. Gina served on committees for recruitment, student services, curriculum, and human resources, in addition to being part of the leadership team on the Soaring Capital campaign for the renovation of Waller Catholic. She co-chaired the 2012 Resurrection Parish Festival and actively supported her children's activities and education. Her passion for excellence and her high standards have helped make Holy Family a better system. When you meet Gina, it's obvious she's a faith-filled and a light to so many by her kind actions, words, and unending service to others. Congratulations again to Gina.
Yes, I've certainly had the opportunity to meet Gina, and she has done a tremendous job. I feel like she's done about everything a person could do here at Holy Family. So our next winner, and that's the Holy Family Catholic Schools Service Award, is Ralph Rollins. Ralph has served at Waller both as a teacher and coach for 30 years. He captures students' imagination with his passion for U.S. history and brings his experiences and travel to historical sites into the classroom with photos and anecdotal stories. Several years ago, Ralph reinvented himself as an educator by diving into the advanced placement world of social science and eventually becoming an exam scorer on the national level. He has been asked to lead training seminars throughout the country demonstrating best practices that have led his students' success in AP testing. He has been a difference maker for the students and the staff alike. Ralph has a great sense of humor and engages with students in a way that makes them feel welcomed and cared for. He's a private man, but his emotion and passions come through as demonstrated by his actions. Congratulations, Mr. Rollins.
Yeah, and last but certainly not least, the winner of the Professional Achievement Award is Carlin Olendick. Carlin is a 1989 graduate of Waller Catholic and is currently the Chief Operating Officer for Elite Casino Resorts in Riverside, Iowa, and a partner at Keel Management, the managing company for all the resorts. After 12 years with the Iowa Racing and Gaming Commission, Carlin began her career with Elite as an internal auditor and IT director in 2007. She was appointed to Chief Information and Compliance Officer in 2010 before her most recent promotion to COO in 2018. In her role, Carlin is responsible for the day-to-day operations of all Elite properties. She helped lead efforts on the design and construction of properties and developed and launched Elite Sportsbook in 2019. Carlin is passionate about building communities to improve the lives of others through Elite's 2 programs, the Give Foundation and Winning Hands, as well as with Habitat for Humanity and the American Heart Association. Not only does she bring innovative and challenging ideas to the table to make Elite stronger, but also her community to make it a better place to live for all. So again, we congratulate Carlin.
And really want to congratulate all 3 winners,
Yeah.
Carlin, Ralph, and Gina. Thanks so much for all the contributions that you made to Holy Family, and celebrate tonight knowing that we wish there was certainly a room full of people to clap, but we're here doing that for you. So thanks again.
Yeah, and we'll be right back.
Thank you to Silver Partners Anderson Weber Toyota, A.Y. McDonald Manufacturing, Bel Air Rental, and Dubuque Mattress Factory. Buy your chance before it's too late. Enjoy the Chicago Cubs versus Cardinals game from a Wrigley rooftop with a 2-night stay included. Or spruce up the house with new furniture, flooring, or countertops with this $2,000 gift card from Home and Floor Show. Or take a chance on a $3,475 Holy Family tuition credit.
All right, we welcome you back. We have another special guest in the studio with us tonight. Wahlert Catholic High School Principal, Mr. Ron Myers, is here. Hi, how are you?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, thanks for being here. And we wanted to talk a little bit about something new here at Wahlert High School. It's a beautiful new feature, and people might not be aware of it. So we thought we would let you enlighten the viewers tonight about that.
Very good, thank you. Well, you know, several years ago, we had the opportunity to renovate the building through the Soaring campaign. That was possible. Soaring campaign, as we would know, took care of the building on the inside. It removed the curtain walls and all the features that really made the building look dated. However, there was a space in the back of the building that I remember when I arrived 11 years ago. It housed a portable building that was a music building, but it was well past its prime. Once that building was removed, though, we had an empty space that was really underutilized. A space that, very close to the building, and as we look, as we're sitting in the library here and look to the north, it needed something. And the idea came up about putting in a garden or a reflection center. With that said, the Tyson family, who were very fortunate to donate to us money toward that Soaring campaign, we decided to dedicate that area in the back as the Tyson family courtyard. With that said, it's a space that it's more than just some picnic tables and such, but we've got an area back there for our kids, for our community as a whole. It's a space that is meant for reflection if you need some time to just relax and visit with yourself and ponder your faith. It's a space for classroom use. We can have students and faculty go outside, again, in a gorgeous space to do some things, move the classroom outside for that matter. But more importantly, what we've got is a space that we're actually moving classroom space out there. Particularly, we're adding, we've got some elevated gardens. We've got a greenhouse that went in. There's a water feature out there just to set the mood, I would say. But that's all contributing to a course that's going to begin this summer. A teacher, Corinne Shriver, heavily into environmental science, but for that matter, agriculture. She's going to begin a course this summer called Agricultural Research and Career Exploration. With that's kind of explains why we have some of the structures out there. But uniquely enough, it's going to coordinate efforts here at school, but also with some of our community restaurants and such. Our kids will grow some things, and then we'll utilize them throughout the day with our food service program, our culinary arts program. Again, all things possible because of donors like the Tyson family.
Well, that's exciting, Ron. I do want to mention, having that space, certainly is important, but having that outdoor space when students need mask breaks and just, the environment that, kind of the chaos was created, right, is certainly interesting. But I understand and just know this again with my students' involvement, right? They were actually able to do a drama performance, I understand, out there this past fall. Is that right?
Correct. The space wasn't completed when we started school in the fall, but we knew we couldn't do what was normally done because of the virus. And not having a theater production in the fall just was not acceptable. Our theater director, Aidan McSpearin, came with the idea of moving the theater production in the fall, The Frog and the Toad outside, built his set on top of there's a circular, I'm going to call it a monument for now, but a circular area. It was quite the production, and it's things like that were made possible because of the space. Previously, that space was, again, I don't want to call it a swampland, but it was an area that was really underutilized and
not pretty.
And not pretty.
Yeah.
But not only did it play that role, but this year it gave us an opportunity if our students needed to go outside to take what we called a mask break. It was a clean space that they weren't bringing in all kinds of debris on their shoes, and we'll continue to use that just for time for our kids to get some fresh air.
And I think it's interesting too, because I would think as a principal, when you realize like what parts of my building need attention, a lot of times you immediately go into the classrooms and the other areas in the building, and to think about being innovative and thinking about how we can utilize the space outside the building, I think that's really neat.
It's not even just that courtyard, but now that we're moving the elementary program from Our Lady of Guadalupe into the structure, it also gave us space now to add an elementary playground, which will be just situated just to the north of our courtyard. We talk about a lot of times the front of the building is that curb appeal. Well, we have a lot of traffic in the back of the building with summer activities and such, so it's important that we have an aesthetic look in the back, but something that fits who we are and what we're about, but at the same time is aesthetic at the same time.
Yeah, well, Ron, we want to thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we do have a 6-pack of cupcakes and a Golden Eagles Primetime bottle of wine for you as well, which you can enjoy when you get home tonight.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. We survived the principal's office.
Yes, we made it. Just barely. But
yes.
We're going to be right back. We've got stories about baby chicks and some Spanish movie makers right after this commercial break.
Thank you to Silver Partners, Fidelity Bank and Trust, Molo Plumbing and Heating, and Spahn and Rose Lumber. Buy your chances now before they're gone. Create or expand your home gym with a $4,800 credit from the Clower family for a Peloton product, Rogue Home Gym, or other fitness equipment. Or start planning your 2022 spring break destination at this Cape Coral VRBO, including a murder mystery dinner theater experience from the Friends of the Art. Stay tuned. Andy Schrader's exclusive interview with Chief Bill Borman is coming up in a few minutes.
All right, and we're back, and I understand, just talking with some of the folks here, there may have been some technical difficulties with some of the people trying to participate in the Fund a Cause.
It was coming in so fast and heavy, they said.
Yeah. So, but I understand some communication has been sent out as it relates to that, and we've also got, just want to remind you with the live and silent auction items that you're still able to do that. Again, if you're having issues, bear with us. We will continue to communicate as best we can. But continue to bid as generously as you're able.
Well, Andy, I know we're going to send it off now. The kindergartners at Resurrection had some fluffy visitors a couple of weeks ago.
We do, and I understand we have a special reporter.
We do. We're going to send it over to my son Jacob, who's going to tell us more.
Watching chicks hatch has become a tradition in Resurrection kindergarten classes. With the arrival of spring comes a fun unit for the Resurrection kindergartners, hatching baby chicks right in their classroom. The Murley family provides eggs for the incubator for the students to watch and study while they wait in anticipation.
The boys and girls love being able to take care of the eggs. They love learning about the life cycle, just that anticipation of all their hard work, making sure that we keep the eggs safe.
Really excited. First, the egg, next, the crack, then they pack out, finally, the chick.
It takes around 21 days of incubation for an egg to hatch. During those 21 days, students learn the importance of maintaining specific temperature and humidity levels to keep the eggs healthy. The eggs rotate several times per day on the egg turners inside the incubator. When the chicks finally hatched, the students were able to observe and hold them.
Hold them and feel the softness. You hold one hand under the other. They like fuzzy things a lot. They eat seeds. Sometimes they eat rocks because they don't know what's food.
Coming out of an egg and then walking around, being able to touch that when it comes out. I just think anytime we can give kids experiences that go above and beyond just what we do at school in a normal day and make it real to them, to me that's one of the most important things that I can do for them.
Reporting from Resurrection for Golden Eagles Primetime, I'm 5th grader Jacob Barber. Back to you, Dad.
Thank you so much, son. And I'll tell you what, he's going to soon to be 6th grader at Maz. That's my son Jacob.
That's exciting, and you know it was nice to see him do the work. I hear him on the radio station with you sometimes, and so certainly has the personality to do more of that kind of stuff.
I will say this though, watching those kids with those eggs, and again we go back to the STEM, and you know, you just think about learning from a book and having an opportunity to put your hands on and to really see something like that grow. I mean, what a cool opportunity for our kids.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Yeah.
And so again, we had the opportunity to communicate with some of the folks here. For those of you who are having trouble donating to the Fund a Cause, we've got it figured out. We're tuned up, so hopefully you've received a text. But if you go to the live and silent auction area, we're going to want you to go to the 500. So the items are listed in the 100s, 200s, 300s, 400s. In the 500 level category is where you're going to start to see the different opportunities for donation amounts. And so again, if you've had trouble to this point getting in, there's still opportunities to participate in Fund a Cause. And we want to make sure that if you go to the 500 section of the live and silent auction, you will be able to participate, and we hope to be able to have an update here for you really soon.
We will do that for sure. But Senior Catherine Curtis visited her alma mater, Our Lady of Guadalupe, to bring us the next story about the 5th graders who are making movies in Spanish. Take a look at this.
En el quinto grado, los estudiantes están preparando una película en español. Vamos a ver. Each year, the 5th graders select a book or movie and use that as inspiration to create their own movie in Spanish. This year, they chose 2, The Princess Bride and Aladdin. The students are responsible for all aspects of movie creation: scripts in Spanish, auditioning for roles, costume creation, backgrounds, and filming and production.
We pick the movie and then we make our costumes and then show up and just shoot film. We get to have more fun while learning more words in Spanish.
Not only are the students increasing their Spanish language skills, they learn responsibility and teamwork through this unique project.
Everybody's collaborating. We have a camera assistant, we have with the background, fixing everything, students that are in charge of the costumes, and everybody's very involved, even the parents. So it's a project that involves a lot of people in the community, and I love that.
A favorite project of many 5th graders and parents alike as they work together on costumes, rehearsing, lines, and set design.
I like working in the dungeon for the king, and my mom helped me with my costume. It's like a brown cloak and I wear all black underneath.
These 2 movies will be coming to a screen near you this May. Reporting for Golden Eagle Primetime, I am senior and OLG alumna Catherine Curtis. Back to you.
Well, muy bien, and gracias, Catherine, on that great reporting on that story. That was really neat.
See. Well, as promised, we have an update. They just kind of put it in my ear.
Yes.
That we are over $100,000 already raised tonight in support of those teachers that we've tried to highlight throughout the night. So that is exciting. Over $100,000 of support, and we're only an hour into the program here. So this
Thank you so much.
Very, very exciting stuff. Well, Chris, one of the things that I had the opportunity to do earlier this week was to sit down for kind of an exclusive one-on-one with Chief Administrator Phil Borman. And so at this time, we want to share that special report. We are here tonight with Phil Borman, Chief Administrator for Holy Family Catholic Schools. And Phil, I know obviously the last year has been incredibly busy, so we are grateful that you are here tonight. Circle of Celebration. This is our second virtual iteration of this. A year ago, we were here doing Circle, and some would say we've actually come full circle now, being here a year later. But I want to thank you so much for being here.
All right, well, thanks for having me. And you're right, second year virtual, and I pray the last year virtual.
Me too, man, for sure. So lots to talk about tonight. As you think back on the last year, certainly a busy one and a stressful one, I'm sure. So talk about some of the things that maybe have kept you up at night.
Oh, certainly. The 4 kids keep me up at night, by and large. But at night, no, in all seriousness, what keeps me up at night is the excitement I have for what's to come. So we've got a lot of good things going on at Holy Family Catholic Schools. And kind of interesting, prior to the pandemic, we did a whole lot of work getting a lot of community input and feedback on our strategic plan. And so we were able to take a whole lot of information, and this pandemic kind of gave us an opportunity to slow some things down that would have happened in a common year. And albeit we were focused on serving those kids during that year, during this year, we really have been also able to really plan and think about the future a little differently. And so, and amidst all the innovation and creative ideas we've been doing for virtual learning, we've been able to really kickstart some of those initiatives for strategic planning.
Well, and certainly that is commendable. I mean, as a parent, I remember last March, April, and May, and trying to figure out how to at-home teacher, and also still working and all those things. But knowing that you not only had those responsibilities, but also trying to navigate through kind of the unknown here with COVID. But also, as you mentioned, making sure that strategic plan was sound and tight and kind of continuing on. So can you talk a little bit about, obviously, some of the changes that we're going to see here as we're here today at the Central Campus, but also at some of our other school sites?
Sure. Let me just talk a little bit about some of the facility needs that we've been talking a lot about, and we've made some big changes over the course of the last 2 years, and really we've got a vision for the future for our building. So it's pretty exciting that with our strategic plan, we know now that we are going to be a 3-site campus with 2 early child care centers, and so for our 3 schools to have that South End presence for St. Columkill, and then we have the Central Campus here we'll serve preschool through 5th grade for Our Lady of Guadalupe, as well as Mazzucchelli Catholic Middle School and then Wahlert Catholic High School. And then going out to Resurrection and getting some things done there, it's really exciting that we are going to be breaking ground just at the start of summer on the new build out there. And so all said and done, when we're finished with our strategic plan, St. Columkill will be fully renovated. It's going to be beautiful, really going to shine. Our Lady of Guadalupe is going to have a home right here on Central Campus. 20 years they've been in existence. They've moved around a handful of times, and this is a final place for them. And then Resurrection, for sure. We have really used that building well, and it's time for a new one. So we're really excited about the facility aspects and some of those changes.
Well, and I think that's, it speaks a lot to the community, because those are not little decisions, and certainly not the work of one very smart human like yourself. Lots of work went into that, and research and committees, and, conversations with parents. And I know certainly, Kara and I have, filled out several surveys and, provided feedback. And I truly believe that, you and the work that, the leadership here at Holy Family does really take into consideration the input from, certainly the parents, the students, but also the kind of the greater Dubuque community. Can you talk a little bit about what you dream about? What do you envision? What does that look like?
A lot of what keeps me up is just all of the input that's coming back in, right? Because there's so many tremendous people, parents and stakeholders who really have a vested interest in Catholic education. And they're all coming at us saying, look, we want what's best for our kids. And not maybe just not our kids, but for our grandchildren, right? We want to live, we want to keep that legacy on for maybe there's a, first generation, second, third, and even fourth generation people who graduated from our great schools. And so when I think about that and what they want, they want excellence. They don't want us to fall short of achieving greatness. And so when we're looking at, the different schools, we really have so much to be proud of and to highlight, and it's so good. Now, how do we make it even better, right? That's what keeps us up at night. When we think about, okay, so St. Columkill, they have this Leader in Me program, they have all this tremendous literacy programming and their math stats, it's off the charts, and we're like, that's outstanding. So how do we focus in on those strengths and highlight it even greater? They're just kind of like this best kept secret on the South End, that these people, they get a taste of it and they want more. So we want to continue to have that. Our Lady of Guadalupe, when we see our kids come in preschool, they start with their immersion programming. And I watch my own children in the program, they just thrive. And they're coming through our elementary and into our middle school. When I first went into a classroom as principal of Mazzucchelli Catholic and our kids were new to the system, I thought, I can't understand a word.
I still can't.
I can't do any part of that. I step into a classroom, I don't understand the teacher, I'm not understanding the kids, but man, I was so thankful for our kids, because when they come out through 12th grade and they graduate and they have this biliteracy seal and they're fluent in 2 languages, what a tremendous advantage. And then at Resurrection, most recently, a blue ribbon school, They take pride in everything that they do. They are a warm, welcoming community that wants to serve all. And it's just so much beauty taking place. But again, how do we key in on those strengths and how do we make them even stronger, even brighter? Just is really something that's on my heart. Keeps me up just a little bit.
Well, and I mean, to me, I think one of the best parts probably about Holy Family is exactly that. I mean, as you mentioned, we don't want it to just be good. We want it to be great, right? And great not just now, but later on. And people are invested spiritually, but also, financially, obviously, because the undertaking is significant in that, you can't have nice things just fall in your lap. It does take philanthropic people to be able to say, you know what, I have been blessed, I have more than, and I want to make sure that I can share that with people to really make an impact and make a difference. That is very, very exciting to hear. And I understand, speaking of exciting, that we have some very exciting and exclusive information to share with our viewers tonight. And so we encourage you to tune in after this commercial break.
Reminder, both the live and silent auctions are only open until 9 p.m. tonight. Create your account and place max bids to let the system bid for you. A limited number of chances are being sold for each chance board. Buy now before they're gone. Any remaining chances are available to purchase until Sunday, April 18th at 11:59 p.m.
Well, welcome back. And so, Phil, as we left on the cliffhanger there, we talked a lot about, some very exciting things and some of the strategic initiatives that are happening here and a little bit about the future. But I understand as it relates to the future, you have, again, some exciting news and things that our listeners tonight will be hearing for the very first time. So what is it?
Platform for excellence. So what we did, we talked about strategic plan, and we broke strategic planning down into all the key categories. Our Catholic faith, our ability to bring students in as well, recruitment and retention aspects. We talked about activities and academics and what our best hopes are for the future of the innovative pieces that'll happen in our school. We looked at also the facility aspects. So we talked about our elementaries. And again, so thankful for what we were able to get done with Mazzucchelli and Wahlert most recently. And then we think about talent. We didn't get to talk a whole lot about the teachers and the power of the teachers, but we have the most tremendous teachers you can find.
I agree.
They are vested. This is their ministry, right? They love to serve. They live to serve. And so Platform for Excellence, what this does is takes the strategic plan, all our best hopes for the future of Catholic education in here in Dubuque, overlays there on what the financial commitments need to be. And so we're looking for $25 million by 2025. That's it, right? That's the vision, that's the goal. And if we had that kind of money, we're gonna make them all come true. Every one of them, from 21st century buildings, preschool through 12th grade, to premier academics and building up on our strengths, to compensating our teachers at a better level, to make sure we have scholarship money for all of our students. Think about that opportunity, just tremendous. So Platform for Excellence is here, and now it's about going out and really working hard to help people understand that vision and to get that money and make sure that we have not just the facilities, but the endowments to make sure Catholic education is tremendous, just flat out excellent from now and years to come.
Very exciting. Certainly an amount that is, some people are probably going, did I hear him just say $25 million? But again, as we know, it takes money to have, this kind of an experience and an opportunity for our children and for our grandchildren. And so as people are kind of tuning in tonight, can you talk to us about how we can get involved? What kinds of things do we have the opportunity to do?
Well, I think in simplest terms, right? Prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. We're just coming out of Lenten season. We should be very familiar with these things. We're now into Easter, right?
Yeah.
And send out those prayers and to pray as a family about all the good that happens at Holy Family Catholic School. Fasting, it is just making sure that we recognize the value in sacrifice, that it's okay to push pause and say no and to cleanse ourselves of some of those things that maybe aren't so good. And then almsgiving, right? To give, like you said, we have so many people who have benefited tremendously from Catholic education. We have the broader community of Dubuque in the tri-state area that offers a premier education it's so special. That's worth investing in. And you think about prayer, fasting, and almsgiving, all the good things that can come of that. That's what we need to happen. And if we do it, prayerfully, if the Holy Spirit sends that message down to our families, we will hit 25 million. I believe that we will go beyond 25 million. It's going to be special. I'm excited for it.
Man, I'm fired up now too. So have you actually started to chip away at that 25 million?
We've got a tremendous start. As a matter of fact, we had an anonymous donor come forward and said, look, I'm going to match dollar for dollar to $10 million for this $25 million campaign. It is unheard of. Unheard of. It's so exciting. It is, gets my heart pumping.
My heart's pumping right now too, man.
It gets me all sorts of excited because that's the kind of giving we have in this community. And here we are. We're going to work hard. We're going to match it dollar for dollar. And then again, to get to 25, we got to go beyond that, right? We got to go beyond that. And we're going to.
Right. Well, I think people having heard that are probably sitting up a little straighter in their chairs right now going, holy cow. So certainly something as we, again, Circle of Celebration, the anonymous donor, and obviously the official kickoff, I guess now you could call it, to Platform for Excellence is something to celebrate. So with that, Phil, we thank you very much. We'll let you get back to your family and want to know that we truly appreciate all that you are doing as our leader, and that certainly flows down through the faculty and staff throughout the Holy Family community. So tonight it is something that we celebrate. We celebrate you, we celebrate them, we celebrate really all of us and all that Catholic education has to offer and to bring. We're inspired, and this is certainly a celebratory occasion tonight. So thanks so much.
Thank you, and God bless.
You bet, you too. Well, we certainly do want to thank Phil for taking the time to sit down with me and share some what we understand obviously was exciting news.
Yeah, it's huge.
And it's not over yet. We've invited Bob Knoll, Director of Institutional Advancement, here to give us an update. As I understand, even since this filming, there's been some additional progress made.
Yeah, Bob, don't keep us in suspense any longer. What is this new information that you're going to have for us?
So I'm excited to say, since Phil recorded that, the $10 million anonymous donor, thanks to our campaign chairs, David Becker, Amy Becker, Greg and Connie Burbach, all of our major gift ask, our captains. In 6 weeks' time, we raised $10 million and made that match. It's game-changing. We have $5 million to go. We're not done. But thanks to these campaign leaders who are believing in us and seeing what we can do to make this place great to excellent, they're challenging their own campaign challenge of $2 million that they'll match dollar for dollar to help us get there. The momentum's so great. Couldn't have done it without their help. The community that we have inside Dubuque, outside, has just been fantastic.
That is incredible news. As somebody who raises money for a living, that is no small feat. But it truly is a testament to the wonderful community that we have and the people who are willing to make that investment and make that sacrifice, right, for all the things that Holy Family stands for. It's an incredible mission. We all know that. Again, we're all parents. But it's not just the mission. It takes money to make that mission a reality, right? And to have such a philanthropic community and people like the anonymous donor and every dollar really matters. I mean, you can't get to 25 million without getting there a dollar at a time, and just what a oh man, that's.
And I mean, look at this number
exciting.
right here. I mean,
wow,
that just goes to show you with the fund to cause even.
That is very exciting, and to kind of let you know as we're getting ready to kind of wrap things up here tonight, we have a few things left to do. The auction items will be open for about another hour or so. We understand about 9 o'clock. I think we're going to shut those auction items, the live and silent auction items. Officially, I think will be shut down around 9 o'clock. So again, if you're watching, get in there, bid, set it and forget it if you want to set that max bid.
And the chance boards too, those will be available until tomorrow night at midnight, if there are any left. So you'll definitely want to check back and check those out.
And they're
too.
starting to fill up, as I understand. We chatted a little bit before. So as Bob mentioned, Fund a Cause, this number is great, but we know we can do better, and we know we need more. Every dollar counts, and so we'll do that. We've got, I think, just one thing left to take care of tonight, and that's going to be
I'm excited for this.
I know, the live raffle. And so hopefully you've had the opportunity to buy the tickets. We're going to take a quick break here, and when we come back, Amy and Bob are going to draw the lucky winner.
And you'll also want to stay close, a performance by the Wahlert Catholic Impulse Show Choir. So it's all coming up.
Thank you to our Platinum partner, our Gold partners, our Silver partner, our Bronze partner, our Eagle partners for your continued support of Holy Family Catholic School. Coming up next, we'll be drawing for the winner of the car or cash raffle. Enjoy a special show choir performance by Wahlert Catholic Impulse in just a few minutes.
What do you need?
All right, we're here, Amy. I can't believe it. 30th Gala, we're going to be giving away a 2021 RAV4 or $20,000 cash. Let's see who the lucky winner is.
I'm digging deep.
All right.
This is it.
This is it. The lucky winner is our professional Holy Family Achievement Award winner, Harlan Olendek. Congratulations. Wow, that's a heck of an award, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't get better than that. What a night. Congratulations. All right, let's spin it again. And we're going to be going for $2,500. Here we go.
Okay.
And this is actually, half of it goes to Holy Family. The other half goes to Bill, Jim, and Bob Clower. Thank you. All right. The third is for $500. Let's see who's it going to be. Third one is Heather Crow.
Yeah.
Heather Crow, $500. Congratulations. We'll be in contact with you. Thank you, everybody, for the support tonight. Thank you to our fabulous co-hosts, Andy Schrader, Chris Farber, Amy Gilligan, Loris College Productions, our executive producer, who this show would not be here where we are right now without Christine McAllister. So thank you. Bidding open until 9, live auction, silent auction, get those chance boards. Thank you for your support.
Thank you. Good night.
younger than today. Never needed anybody's help in any way. But now these days are gone, I'm not so self-assured. Now I finally changed my mind when I opened up the door. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me? Now my life has changed, you know, so many ways. My independence seems to vanish in the haze. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. I do appreciate you being around. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me? I need somebody help, not just anybody help. You know I need someone. Hey, 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 Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten and lonely, love nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear? I thought sooner or later the lights up above will come down in circles and guide me to love. But I don't know what's right for me, I cannot see straight. I've been here too long and I don't want to wait for you. Fly like a cannonball straight to my soul. Tear me to pieces and make me feel whole. I'm willing to fight for it, carry this weight. With every step I'm questioning what is true. Shattered and broken like never chose love. It shows me that I'm still here, making stones bleed. So I go on swimming upstream till I come tumbling down. Oh, and I'm working on the pain. Oh, and I'm living on the pain. Something's got to give. Something's got to give.